way to a private lake, or a friend of mine, her mother let me know that she knew somewhere to fish. And she said, come on out and I'll show you where, but don't tell nobody because I don't want anybody there. So we're gonna go see this lake. Apparently there's a little bit of a hike into the lake, and I don't know what to expect there. I don't know if there's fish there. I think she's caught something there before, or her grandkids have caught there before. So we're gonna find out what's in this lake and see if we can't snag us a bass, or if anything, maybe a little bluegill, some brim, maybe crappie. I don't know what's in there. We're gonna find out. But I'll try to record a little bit more and catch up with y'all later. All right, so I hiked in with my friend's mom, and she just left. She asked me not to film the hike in so people wouldn't know where it is. But come on, let's see if I can't flip this camera. Look at this. Can't wait to fish. Haven't cast yet. Got to set up my rigs and whatnot. But we're gonna try a little top water with the Whopper Plopper, and then I'll probably do maybe a jig head with a paddle tail on it on my other line. See if we can't get something like that. Okay, so what I actually ended up doing was I hooked up a Texas rig with the paddle here on the little noodle rod that I got, little cheapo rod. It's one of my son's rods. And then on my big rod, on my Shimano, I put the Whopper Plopper 2000. It's just a bass Whopper Plopper. You can't see it, it's swinging around. Better catch it in the camera, pause game. But yeah, we're gonna fish on the move. I'm gonna try to walk the entire shoreline here all the way down as far as I can walk and fish. And we're gonna primarily fish top water, and then at the same time see if we can't get some on the little paddle tail with like the Texas rig setup. So we'll see. All right, we look ridiculous, but I like to put my second pole sticking out of my pack like a sword. Just got to be mindful of the overhead cast. We're gonna start walking this shoreline, and we're gonna do the whole thing basically top water, and then come back with the Texas rig and see if we catch something. If I get on, I'm not gonna record while I'm trying to catch because I don't have a tripod or anything. But if I get something, I'll definitely video the fish itself. Okay, I've made it to the other end of the lake. I fished the Whopper Plopper all the way around the lake. Not a single hit, not even like any sign of interest. I see some fish hitting top water, but I'm wondering if they're more lake trout or something like that. And I had the little noodle rod hooked up with a Texas rig paddle on there. However, I got hung up, and I don't think I tied a good knot on that particular one, so it slipped off. I dropped the pole over there while I was on my way over here so I could just focus on top water. So now I think I'm gonna re-rig and put on maybe a spoon jig with the paddle tail, so I can cast out there and see if I can find something that's hiding maybe deep in the lake, if there's bass there. And then when I get back to my other noodle rod, I'm gonna put on a little jig head, small one with like a yellow tail on there, to see if I can maybe catch a trout or something on that rod with that one there. So I'll let you know what's going on, but in the meantime, here's a view from where I'm sitting. Like I said, I am on the other end of the lake, but we will check back in. Hopefully, I'll show you what I rig up, and then hopefully we can hook up on there. All right, this is what I plan on putting on now. It's a copper spoon with the paddle tail on there. I believe I got that set in the right way. I think that makes it dive if I put it like that. But yeah, we're gonna tie this on and fish this all the way till we get back to our little noodle rod, and then when we get to our noodle rod, we're gonna re-rig that. Okay, so I just rigged up, everything's tied off. I feel comfortable about the knot that I put on this rig here. However, I've never caught anything, like officially caught anything. I hooked up once with a big bass on this same rig, but it jumped off, so I don't count that, even though my buddy saw it. But this is a new pond, new lake, and I don't know what's in here, so I really don't even know if this is gonna work. And it's probably one of the more expensive rigs that I'm gonna throw, so if I get hooked up on a log or something, I'm gonna be a little upset. But if it does catch something, it's gotta be a big bass, because it's such a big bait. I can't imagine anything small hitting it. So we're gonna fish the shoreline all the way back to where we get to my noodle rod that I dropped over there. And then after that, I'm going to re-rig that, like I said, and then try to fish more of the shoreline headed back towards where the trail is. So hopefully we can hook up on a big fish in between there. And I plan on being here at least till right before sunset, which right now I probably got about 2 hours of fishing left. So we'll see if we can hit it and get it done. Okay, so I've made it back to my noodle rod. I fished this whole bank here, well, all the way back to where I put my noodle rod down. And I took this off of the jig that I was running, because every time I was casting, it was hanging up and tripping up over itself. I never even could get a actual decent cast out of it. And nothing's hitting that either, so I don't really know what I want to do. I might put the top water on my noodle rod, my whopper plopper, back on my noodle rod, and I think I'm gonna go with a straight Texas rig on my Shimano, so I can send it out there and jig it all the way back to the shore, because I don't think I'm gonna hook up today, but I want to give it a good effort and try at least another type of lure. Maybe I should forego the top water. I just love a good top water hit. Who doesn't like a good top water hit? I mean, watching the bass explode out, but I don't know that there's bass in here too heavily. I see top water hits, but they're not like strikes like bass do when they strike the top water. So we'll see. But I'm gonna re-rig. I'll probably forego the top water and try 2 different types of, mid-range. We'll see. I don't know. Let me hook up and I'll show you what I do. Okay, so I put on this little lure right there. It's just a little jig head. Maybe it'll catch whatever these smaller fish is out here. And then I said I was gonna go with a Texas rig, but I decided to put on this popper instead. Sorry, it's swinging around. There it is. It's tried and true. I've caught a lot of fish with it. It may be out of season or too cold for top water hits, but I can't help but always want a top water hit. Who doesn't love a top water hit? So if that little noodle rod gets hung up, I still can fish that on the way out. And there's a little river on the side on the way out. I might stop and try to hit that on my way back to the car. So hopefully we can hook up and we can right here to the car and get a fish for you.